Welcome to the weekly Heads Up for New Zealand business from DAA Business Consultants and Chartered Accountants.
Well, local councils have certainly come under the attention of the government, and it's not just the Christchurch City Council, Rachel.
No, it's all councils at the moment. They're particularly worried about the amount councils are borrowing. Since there's been no government regulation, this has apparently skyrocketed. I heard something about 7 billion, but I'm not sure which council or whether that was for all of them.
So basically no accountability as far as the councils have been concerned.
No, they've been allowed to just do what they want, which has been an issue in a lot of places lately.
Obviously one of the issues would be the 14.4% or 68,000 or 70,000 it is that the Christchurch City Council paid their CEO, Tony Marriott.
Yes, that has got a lot of people up in arms. It's a huge pay rise. Even for a person on an average salary, we'd have loved to get 14% increase.
Well, inflation and things is a long way below that.
That is the big issue, I think. Inflation itself is only around 1.8% at the moment, and yet rates have been going up by about 6.8% per year, and that's pushing it outside the realm of most people to be able to sustain in the near future.
I guess that was probably the last straw that broke the camel's back as far as Christchurch was concerned, because there's huge amounts of payments to be considered because of the earthquake and land dealings and building dealings done a long time ago.
Yes, and moving forward, there's going to be a lot of land and non-existent buildings or damaged buildings now that it's not going to be viable to collect rates on, because people aren't going to want to pay if they can't use them. There has been a reduction for some areas, but people still don't feel they should have to pay even the 40% when they're not there and they're paying 100% on another property.
I mean, there are businesses that have been totally levelled that are still paying full rates.
Yes, and while they can afford to, they possibly will, but they shouldn't have to. And when they can't afford to, it's just going to stop.
On a DAA report a couple of weeks ago, we talked about the fact that the income support or the income replacement stops on the 22nd, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on.
It definitely is, yes. It's just going to come down to the fact that people have got no money. It's even if they want to pay, they're not going to be able to. And somehow the government is going to have to recover that. The council needs the money to provide services, but if they can't collect it, they're going to be borrowing, which is back to what started this. The government's worried about borrowing.
So what options are there apart from borrowing and getting further into debt, or the government bailing them out, which isn't practical?
Ideally they should cut their spending, but we all know councils don't do that.
So very interesting times as far as councils throughout the country is concerned, but Canterbury in particular.